Hey there, how are you? I am Clarence and today we'll talk about the best Nintendo Switch games that are on sale right now. We will be covering the UK, Europe, US, Australia, and Canada eShop. But first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you want to see more of this series, please leave a like, remember to subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to receive future notifications. Likes and subscriptions help keep the channel alive. First on our list, Svoboda, 1945 Liberation. The documentary Svoboda 1945 Liberation explains why some stories should be told through games. This multimedia experience is full of strong emotions and hard truths that have long been missing from lesser-known war stories. Despite the fact that it is a short game, the lessons you learned are so unique that Charles Games has set a new standard for storytelling. Svoboda 1945 Liberation depicts all of its country's scars and sins, both good and bad, to pose the most important questions to players. Is all history worth keeping? Whatever you choose, you'll feel as you've ignored an open wound that's only getting worse, either because it'll hurt you forever or because it'll be nearly forgotten foundation. Svoboda is a strange hybrid of a game and a documentary. It does both of these things in an interesting way while also providing us with a look at some significant historical events. Next is The Adventures of Elena Temple. The Adventures of Elena Temple is a brief puzzle platformer set in a single dungeon. However, because it takes just over an hour to complete, you'll be finished quickly unless you set yourself challenges or want to improve your stats. The Adventures of Elena Temple is a fantastic platformer and a retro style package. If you want a quick fix of a good gameplay with a touch of old school style, this is a great choice. However, if you want to do a lot of exploring or nearly impossible platforming, you might be disappointed. The Adventures of Elena Temple does a good job of bringing back a certain era of platform games, despite some minor issues with the level design. Unfortunately, the game's fabricated history and the machines it could be played on appear to have received more time, effort, and focus than the game itself. It's nice that the visual filters have a purpose, but they, along with the silly story, feel too much when the gameplay is so good at capturing the feeling of nostalgia. Warplanes, the World War II Dogfight. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed the game and how deep it went beyond the cockpit. If you enjoy simple shooters and simulations that go beyond the airport, I recommend this one. In Warplanes World War II Dogfight, players can enjoy a light-hearted dogfight. Despite the fact that the missions are the same and the graphics aren't balanced, the game is still enjoyable to play. If you want to fight other planes quickly, you should look into Warplanes. Warplanes World War II Dogfight is a good aerial combat game with some variety and interesting battles. However, it quickly becomes repetitive, and the grind to unlock new planes is a little too slow, perfect for when you only have a few minutes to play. Next is Little Noah, Scion of Paradise. Little Noah Scion of Paradise is an unexpectedly enjoyable take on the side-scrolling roguelike genre. It has a lot of personality thanks to its adorable character designs and solid game mechanics that are perhaps a little easier to grasp than those in some of its competitors. Even though it isn't the best game in its genre, it is a very well-made game that you should try if you like Dead Cells or Rogue Legacy. Little Noah Scion of Paradise is so entertaining and well executed that it astounds me. It's a roguelike that nails everything. It's simple to grasp but difficult to apply. You can go in knowing you'll get stronger, but you never know which Lilliputs you'll face, which keeps things interesting. The enemies can be extremely powerful, but with careful planning and insight, you can learn their patterns and survive. Jet Kave Adventure. Jet Kave Adventure is a solid platformer with fun retro-style gameplay that's difficult to put down. If you enjoyed any of the Donkey Kong Country games, you'll love Jet Kave Adventure, which pays homage to the series. Jet Kave Adventure is a 2D platform game with stunning graphics, catchy music, and engaging gameplay. It fails in an important area, such as level design, because the levels are too typical and don't add anything new to the genre. Nonetheless, it's a fun title. Jet Kave Adventure will not be on anyone's list of the best games of the year, but that is unimportant. It does, however, provide a decent 2.5D platformer that will keep you entertained for a few hours. If you're looking for a straightforward platformer with a large number of levels and appealing graphics, this game is for you. Next is Arietta of Spirits. Arietta of Spirits won't blow you away like some of the best Zelda-inspired games, but it's still a good game. That doesn't make it a classic, but it's entertaining while it lasts. Despite the fact that they slow the story down, it is is full of emotional and significant moments. Even though the combat and world design can be tedious, there are numerous cool boss fights and opportunities to learn new skills. So if you're looking for a unique Zelda-style adventure that moves at a comfortable pace, Arietta of Spirits will not disappoint. Arietta of Spirits is a charming action-adventure story about friendship, family, and death. The story is moving and full of significance. Arietta and her new spirit friend Arco fight for a better world while also attempting to stop the monsters who are threatening the small island. Even though the story can be completed in about 5 hours, you can change the difficulty level and play again. Castle of Heart. Castle of Heart is a fun platform game with an interesting twist that makes it challenging. The levels are well designed, but depending on your skill level, they may not take too long. The plot revolves around killing the bad guy and saving the girl, which is fairly standard plot, but it works well in a world full of knights and monsters. Because you can save your progress and the levels are too long, Castle of Heart isn't as enjoyable as it could be. Nonetheless, it's not a bad experience. It looks good no matter how you play. If you can get past the controller lag, Castle of Heart will satisfy die-hard fans of classic action platformers. Your results may vary if you play less frequently. Next is Northgard. Northgard is a fantastically well-crafted game. I thought it was difficult enough to keep my interest, but not too difficult or out of whack. It's a lot of fun to watch Vikings conquer, smash, and crush their opponents. If you enjoy RTS games, you should get this one. Northgard is an independent Nintendo Switch game, but that doesn't mean it isn't ambitious. On the contrary, with its massive exploration and empire building features, this massive real-time strategy game provides almost infinite value. Northgard is a must-have for anyone who enjoys a good immersive RTS game with a beautiful presentation and a perfectly designed handheld experience. Northgard looks and plays well on Switch. The construction strategy is simple to use and includes all of the most recent updates. And last but not the least, Filament. Filament is one of the great indie games that has thrived and grown on the Nintendo Switch. Filament is a slow-burning puzzle game with a steep difficulty spike later on that will put your patience to the test. It is, however, one of the best games I've played on Switch. Filament is a game I enjoyed because it taught me how to solve puzzles while also providing a relaxing soundtrack, beautiful graphics, and a compelling story. This is the type of game you can play for the entire weekend or for 15 to 20 minutes during your lunch break and then pick up right where you left off. For the majority of the game's length, high difficulty is a big part of it, and I think this is where it really shines. The best part about playing Filament is the large number of puzzles, each of which is unique and was created in a unique way. That's all guys, I hope this video was helpful in deciding which game to play, and thank you for checking out the list. Please remember to subscribe and we'll see you at the next one.